Sun through gum leaves. Kind of looks cool, eh? Oh yeah, today's the 7th of September 2019. It's Saturday. The 7th of September. Oh yeah, that looks nice. Cool. Nice effect. It creates an awesome effect. Anyway. I was talking earlier today about hurricanes and then I got onto volcanoes. 073809. I only said 7 instead of 9, but hey. You get that. Big white van. You know what that means? They've come for me. Well, nobody would be surprised. I've been talking about a DJ too. A DJ who is in jail for using, buying and selling drugs, which is kind of weird when you think about it, because a lot of people use, buy and sell drugs and they don't go to jail, and they certainly don't get caned 24 times like this guy did. I mean this guy, not this guy, this guy. 24 strokes of the cane. Really, 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 really hard strokes. I say category 5 caning because that's what it is. Category 5 caning. Hurricaning. The big white van's gone, now there's a black car. So that's even worse. It means the mafia's come for me. The mafia have come to get me. Because they know, oh yeah, definitely mafia. Totally. And anyway, they know I've got, what would you say? I've got an important job to communicate a message on behalf of the DJ. Dorian, I'll be honest with you, I didn't predict Dorian. I didn't even look twice at Dorian, but I can also assure you, if I had thought to connect the name Dorian with the picture of Dorian Gray, I would have predicted it. Maybe not exactly, but I would have said something about it. If I'd thought to connect that name to the picture of Dorian Gray. I missed that boat as far as predicting Dorian, but I'm not too unhappy about that because Dorian turned out to be such a horrifying storm. And you know, when I predict something and it comes true and it's real bad, it's not a real good feeling. It's like, ugh, makes you feel a bit sick in the stomach. A bit like when I read about what they do in Singapore. And after looking at pictures of stuff that's so sickening, like what happened to the Bahamas, I'll stop there and I'll say, oh, I don't want to think about this stuff anymore. It's too depressing. It's too nasty. It's too cruel. Way too cruel. Way too depressing. So you just go think about something else. You know, birds are oracular, they say. Oracular. It means, do you know what oracular means? Oracle is more than just a cash register. It means messenger of a kind. Birds can be oracular. So sometimes when you see birds, it means something other than schizophrenia. Sometimes. But how do you know the difference? How do you know if it's schizophrenia or an oracle? Ah, the white car is coming as well. Well, you don't know. Simple answer is you don't know. Empathy. I think there's a lack of empathy in the world because no one seems to really care about what happened to this guy. And maybe that's why what happened to him is being reflected out into the world. Like an angel gets tortured and then he starts having nightmares because he's been tortured, and then his nightmares are reflected out into the world. The extreme fear of God. So, Jerry and Lorenzo. 2 more bad boys, because there's 3 of them. There's 3 bad hurricanes in the Atlantic in 2019. 3 names that are going to be retired? Maybe. No, he wasn't a New York DJ. I just put New York in there because I don't know why. I just did. Because New York has a nice, vibrant nightlife. And it has hot nightclub boys, that's why. No other reason. Jerry, not a name I'd normally pick, but I did, obviously. It's there. Jerry and Lorenzo. Following from Dorian. The picture of Dorian Gray. The evil triplets. Dorian, Jerry, and Lorenzo. We can catch up next Thursday at 1 PM. I was saying that just before because I saw a car with 337 on its number plate. And that was just before I got here. Before the black car and the white car came and the white van and all that stuff. Dorian, Jerry, Lorenzo. Next Thursday is the 12th. L is the 12th letter of the alphabet. DJL adds up to the value of God, which is 26. And if you spell God backward, you get dog. And if you thought you were having a dog of a day, think again. Think of the DJ. Gabrielle, that was weird too. Gabrielle became a zombie storm yesterday. Died and then came back to life almost immediately. Almost as if it got resuscitated. Out in the middle of the Atlantic. Probably because the DJ is a son of Gabriel. That's who they tortured, a son of Gabriel. And so now he's having nightmares, as you do after you've been tortured. And so the nightmares are being reflected out into the world. Out into the world that we're in. Because it's his world. Our world is his world. His world is our world. He's an angel. Olga is on this name list. Can you believe that? Olga. The O name. I'm not making any prediction for Olga, but maybe I should be. There are 3 letters in God. Jerry and Lorenzo. Never did I expect I'd be making a prediction for Jerry. But here I am, it's happening. Eruption 67 of Steamboat Geyser. Well, that'll be the next one. No matter when it happens, it will be number 67. That much is definitely true. Beyond that, who knows? Nobody's psychic. Lots of people are schizophrenic, but nobody is psychic. True? Except for Jesus. He was both. Well, some people might get offended if you say Jesus was schizophrenic, but think of it this way. Who are you judging? 1 and 7 is 8. 3 8s are 24. I think the DJ is a bit bipolar. I think a lot of people who've got a few mental issues end up getting flogged in Singapore, which is not ideal. That's the problem with authoritarians. They are very cruel in implementing their laws, and they're great big hypocrites because when they torture people, they are breaking the most important laws in the world. Human rights laws. And then they think they've got the right to hold people in jail for 20 years after torturing them, when they are actually the worst criminals of them all. Ironic? Oh yeah. Alanis Morissette, sing your heart out. Dorian, Jerry, and Lorenzo. 24 and 27 and 4 is 31. or 24/7, either way. The value of Jacob. And Imelda is 44, which is 31 plus 13. So once he was happy, once he was having fun, but was he really happy? Is anyone really happy in this world? Or do people just have fleeting moments of happiness and then they realize that their world has collapsed and they're strapped to a trestle getting caned, facing 20 years in prison? How did that happen, man? How did that happen? What the hell? What the hell is right? Hell. Hell awaits who? Hell awaits anyone who breaks the laws of authoritarians. That's what hell is. It's one version of hell. There's many versions of hell. Hell has many faces. Many, many, many faces. Many places can be described as hell. One of them is a jail in Singapore where they flog people so hard that it can only be described as Category 5. So, on that note, Jake and Nathan might want to DJ for me on the way home, I don't know. They may not. If they do, they do. If they don't, they don't. If they're feeling like a lazy Saturday afternoon, then they won't. It is Saturday afternoon, so who knows what's on the radio? Probably nothing much. But maybe there's something. Maybe there's a little surprise. Who knows?
I want you out of my bed tonight. There's no way I can save you, 'cause I need to be saved too. I'm no good at goodbyes.
Well, that's 104.7. I think the football will be on 106.3.
Interested to see how Ricky Stewart uses him next week, because he's going to be crucial in trying to punch a hole in that Storm defence, and I think he's going to go a long way if he can produce the same effort he has throughout the season as he
Punch a hole in that Storm defence. Wow. So yeah, a football is probably on or it's finished. Now I'll go to, what, Triple J? See what's on there.
Fruit from trees, now you watch us grow, yeah. And my grace is beaming right up to my fro, yeah. All my people shining bright, see we glow, yeah. And our voices splattered on your radio.
Y'all wanna roll in the scene. Y'all wanna live in the dream. Y'all never been with the team. Y'all wanna roll in the scene. Y'all wanna live in the dream. Y'all never been with the team.
Making you down, get it all for free. Only roll in if you with the team.
So there's probably not much on. It's Saturday afternoon. I'll go back to 104.7.
You are somebody that we don't know, but you're coming at my friends like a missile. Are you mad? When you could be glad, you could be glad. Ascension on the street at the parade, but you would rather be in the dark age, just making that sign. Must have taken all night. You just need to take several seats and then try to restore the peace and control your urges to scream about all the people you hate. 'Cause shade never made anybody less gay. You need to calm down. You're being too loud. You need to just stop. But can you just not step on his gown? You need to calm down. I see you over there on the internet, comparing all the girls who are killing it, but we think
What is Life returns this November
We all party like this summer.
with Janet Jackson, Black Eyed Peas, 50 Cent, and more. Tickets on sale now from Ticketmaster.
All that I'm hearing from you is white noise, white noise. All that I'm hearing from you is white noise, white noise. Could kill. I'd be in trouble right now. Time stands still when you're around. I gave you all my time, and you gave me all your lies. And you just come around to say goodbye. Now here we stand with our hearts in our hands, squeezing out all the lies. All that I am is a message unclear. What else is there to decide? All that I'm hearing from you is white noise, white noise. All that I'm hearing from you is white noise, promised me your soul, but then left me in the cold. No warning and without a reason. You're placing yourself in a world of mistrust, making excuses. It's not you, it's us. But how can something unspoken seem so loud? And now all that I'm hearing from you is white noise, white noise. All that I'm hearing from you is white noise, white noise. The rain comes on the line. Say hurry up, man, 'cause you ain't got much time. White noise, white noise. All that I'm hearing from you is white noise. All that I'm hearing from you is white noise. White noise. White noise. White noise. All that I'm hearing from you is white noise. White noise. All that I'm hearing from you is white noise. White noise. All that I'm hearing from you is white
Husey and Kate. I spoke to a friend whose name is Harry Hodgins. I said, guess what? He said, what? I said, I'm thinking of a name for my comedy festival show, and I only decided this afternoon to call it Harry. And he said, great.
Husey and Kate, driving you home. Weekdays from 4:30 on Hit 104.7.
I don't want this night to end. It's closing time, so leave with me again. Yeah, you got all my love to spend. Let's find a place where happiness begins. Come dance in my living room, slave to the way you move. Hurts when I'm leaving you. Hey, just dance in the living room, love with an attitude, drunk to an 80s groove. Hey, come dance in my living room, slave to the way you move. Hurts when I'm leaving you. Hey, dance in the living room, love with an attitude, drunk.
104.7. Say I do to the Bride and Groom Ball. Eventbrite.com.au.
Take it or leave it, baby, take it or leave it. But I know you won't leave it, cause I know that you need it. Look in the mirror, when I look in the mirror, baby, I see it clear, why you wanna be nearer. I'm not surprised, I sympathize. I can't deny your appetite. You got a fetish for my love. I'll push you out and you come right back. I'll see a point in playing it. If I were you, I'd tell me. You got a fetish for my love. I'll push you out and you come right back. I'll see a point in playing it. If I were you, I'd tell me. You got a fetish for my love. Reaching your limit, so you're reaching your limit. Going over your limit, but I know you can't quit it. Something about me got you hooked up my body. Take you over and under and just need to back what I got me. I'm not surprised, I sympathize. I can't deny your appetite. You got a fetish for my love. I'll push you out and you come right back. I'll see a point in playing it. If I were you, I'd tell me. You got a fetish for my love. I'll push you out and you come right back. I'll see a point in playing it. If I were you, I'd tell me. You got a fetish for my love. If I were you, I'd tell me. You got a fetish for my love. I'll push you out and you come right back. I'll see a point in playing it. If I were you, I'd tell me. You got a fetish for my love. I'll push you out and you come right back. I'll see a point in playing it. If I were you, I'd tell me. You got a fetish for my love.
Hands.
R&B Fridays Live returns this November.
We gon' party like this shit like that.
Janet Jackson, Black Eyed Peas, 50 Cent, and more. Tickets on sale now from Ticketmaster.
Think about it. There must be a higher love down in the heart or hidden in the stars above. Without it, life is a wasted time. Look inside your heart and I look inside mine. Things look so bad everywhere. In this whole world, what is fair? We walk the line and try to see, falling
104.7.
Going to get to that absolute hit from Dead Mouse in just one song's time. First up, yeah, we're going to hit play on this one, The Chats with Identity Theft. And I've realised, Eric, that this is probably a song that is one of the most fun songs to say in a New Zealand accent. I'm not going to do it, but you can do it. The Chats, Identity Theft, here at Triple J.
About identity theft, but something the DJ used to do is make false IDs and sell them to other underage people, teenagers, so they could get into clubs, buy alcohol, have fun. He's a guy that likes people to have fun, likes to bring people together, and obviously he was willing to go against authority, and that's something, I guess, that he's got in common with someone whose name has the same letter at the start. Joshua. Yeah, Joshua. Not Jesus, not Joshua, not Josh. J for Jerry, Y for Yiming, Y for Joshua. Joshua was not real big on authority, nor am I. I think it says something about a person if they're willing to take on authoritarians and suffer as a result. See, lawmakers are usually hypocrites. Law enforcers are often authoritarians. And they themselves, in the case of Singapore, the government of Singapore, the judiciary, the courts, they are the worst perpetrators of crimes to speak of. They are the worst. They torture peace-loving people. People who have a loving heart. A DJ. I mean, of all people. Why would you torture a DJ? I mean, what kind of sickos are they in Singapore? What kind of sickos are that government? And the hypocrisy, man. The hypocrisy is unbelievable. You don't hear anything about this stuff. It's not reported where it gets reported at the time of sentencing, and then it's just silence. The whole world is silent. And I think this is great. I think it's awesome that the whole world is silent on this one case. Yi Ming Yuan, former DJ. Do you know why I think it's awesome? That everyone's like silent, except for the people that are saying, well, he broke the law, he deserves it. I mean, there are a few people who have said what the Singaporean authorities did is absolutely disgusting, it's cruel, it's barbaric, but they are definitely a minority. I've had a good look around on the internet, and it's a minority of people who have stood up for the torture victim in this case, and it's the majority who have said, oh, he deserves it, he's a lawbreaker. So it just shows how cowardly and gutless most people are, society at large, two-faced, shallow, pathetic, empty. And you know why I love the silence this time? I love the cowardice of society this time. You know why? Because do you know who this former DJ is? I've been looking for him for years. I've been sensing him for a long time. A couple of years ago, I emailed to some people that there's a boy on Nauru who was having nightmares, and his nightmares are being reflected out into the world. Well, actually, I was making up a bit of a fib. I was sensing that this is true, but actually, I tend to sense things before they happen. I tend to sense things before they happen. Out of time. Dislocation of time. Time doesn't really mean anything when you're talking about reflections. And it just so happens this particular guy, truly, seriously is a son of Gabriel, the angel. And I'm not joking. He's a son of Gabriel. Loving heart. And do you know what happens when you torture authoritarians, evil people, two-faced authoritarian bastards like in Singapore? When they torture a child of Gabriel, like they have, well, what happens is he goes into nightmare, land of nightmare, and he has dark, horrifying dreams. And those dreams are then reflected out into the world. That's what happens, and that's what is happening. So, in a way, it's kind of awesome that everyone's just silent and being pathetic in not doing something about this disgusting treatment of this guy, because the whole world is going to pay for it. And I think there's some poetic justice in that. As the Singaporean justice minister or someone, maybe it was their president, maybe it was the Singaporean, I don't know, something, he came out and said, ambassador, might have been the ambassador, I don't know who he was, but someone from Singapore defending torturing this guy, Yiming Yuan. They said actually it was the judge, the sentencing judge said he's broken the law and now he must bear the consequences of his actions. Well, guess what? You've also broken the law by torturing somebody, and you're also going to have to bear the consequences of your actions. There's the poetic justice in this situation. Nightmares being reflected out into the world, and who in Singapore is going to have the guts to overturn the decision and release the DJ, which they know is the right thing to do. It's populist, right-wing extremist, conservative propaganda garbage that this guy needs to be in jail for 20 years. It's authoritarian rubbish. It's authoritarian. I mean, it's typical of authoritarians, really. It's typical propaganda. He doesn't deserve to be in jail. And who, though? Who in Singapore is going to have the guts to overturn the decision? Nobody. They're a pack of cowards. Authoritarians are cowards. So the nightmares are going to get real bad. They're going to get reflected out into the world. And people are going to start to really get scared. In the not too distant future, people are going to really start to get scared. Because it's going to become obvious that what I'm saying is true. But who in Singapore, out of those authoritarians in Singapore, from the president to the judge to the jail wardens, who's going to have the guts to say, hey, I think we better let this guy go? I think we've picked the wrong guy to torture. Oh, you have. Believe me, you have. You really have. Big time.
The way that you love me. The way that you love me.
Blue with the way that you love me. Dead Mouse before it as well, I remember, and lots of happy texters coming in on 0439757555. Someone saying, thanks for the Dead Mouse track, girls, bringing me back to 2017 Creamfields with my bestie. And the chat was up the top, Identity Theft with Sally and Erica on your Saturday evening. Sounds like that's the name of our show now, Identity Theft with Sally and Erica. Each episode we impersonate someone else here. Each episode we just impersonate each other. How about that? You pretend to be me, I'll be you. We swap every time. Anyway, Ebony Badu is going to pop past really soon. Her show is on in 15 minutes. She's got a big house party ready for you, which means she always brings some dance floor heaters. But we're going to squeeze in a few more tunes before that. Something big coming up in a couple of songs' time from Client Liaison. Lots of people have been requesting it all afternoon. But first up, a new track came out this week, or a couple of weeks ago, from an MC called Jeswa. She's teamed up with a Canadian rapper called Tasha the Amazon for a track called Heater, and it definitely is a heater. She said she wanted her single to emulate the energy of like a rugby final or a boxing match, and I think she's totally nailed it. There's language warning on this one. We're going to get into it right now. It's new stuff from Jeswa featuring Tasha the Amazon. Heater, into the deck.
Guess who I'm back again? Everyone's out to say my box I'm in. I went this cold now, I'll box again. I'm a monument, it's a testament. I said that I did it a bit if I never could do this. 24/7 G, gotta be ruthless. Giving me peace, feel like it's really toothless. Y'all buy your bars and it's useless. We going hard for the summer, this a heater. No time, bitch, hit me on my beeper. You sweating when I creep up. You sweating cause you can't keep up, yeah. You sweating cause you know your shit weaker. You sweating cause you know I go deeper. Never got a head, I self-made, I stand out, get loud. Burn it down when it's set time. Niggas and our friends when they demons smile. When they see me talk back when I'm leaving. Snake pit with the pythons. Mosh pits to the wire. Doors fly off when my rocks come in. Then the 808s drop, then we wanna season. Then we wanna season. 808s drop, then we wanna. I got fire in my eyes. Watch me burn, watch me drive it. If they wanna go, tell them meet me on the line. Yeah, meet me on the line. Tell them meet me on the line. Yeah, if they wanna go, tell them meet me on the line. Get the heater. I wanna see that work, I wanna see that sweat. We go hard for the pin, with the body come away. I wanna see that work, I wanna see that sweat. How get stronger, they get weaker, can you keep up with us? I got a problem with order, so we ain't not fucking with borders. We run it on every corner, the world is on mine, I'm a hoarder. I come from straight out the snow though, my blood 100 below, yo. I go everywhere that I go though, you family, you already know. He died, they love me cause I'm with her. Cast so fluid, I Canadian leaders. Fly around the block hot in a two-seater, how you do that? Me away, like Sabrina, I'm land down under. Come true, do it, hit it, slaughter, slay it, do it. What's hard for you, for me ain't none to it. This shit hot fire, your shit hot sewage. They love me cause cause I bring heat with it. I'm out here running the suits with it. Came out the underground creeping it. Now I'm on the next level freaking it. And I'm making news like I'm CNN. Drowning in money like sleeping in. Wave like tsunami, I'm sleeping in. And I didn't know why you're sleeping in.
Talking shit but never hit when it's time to fight to bail on it. You better call correct. I aim for your head and I aim for your neck. My shot hard, my shot hit. I'm not playing around with my new shit. Music is sport. Not playful, bitch, coming for the I got fire in my eyes, watch you burn, watch me drive it. If they wanna go, tell them meet me on the line, yeah. Meet me on the line, tell them meet me on the line, yeah. If they wanna go, tell them meet me on the line. It's all heat up. I wanna see that work, I wanna see that sweat. We go hard for the film, everybody come up with I wanna see that work, I wanna see that sweat. Somehow get stronger, they get weak up and we keep up this stuff. I wanna see that work, I wanna see that sweat. We go hard for the film, everybody come up with I wanna see that work, I wanna see that sweat. Somehow get stronger, they get weak up and we keep up this stuff.
What do you reckon? Pretty heavy. It's Jessa with a track called Heater, featuring a Canadian MC called Tasha, the Amazon. Here on Triple J, Sally and Erica, we've been with you all afternoon, but in 10 minutes, we're getting out of here, and Ebony's going to be taking over. She's just stepped in. Hello.
Hello.
You hosted the hip-hop show this week while Hal was away.
Oh my god, I did.
How was it?
It was the sickest thing ever. Like, every time I talk about it, I just get really excited.
You seem genuinely stoked right now.
It was literally, look, I love house party so much, don't get me wrong. I love house party, but I'm a hip-hop DJ. Like, it was just so sick. I feel like Triple J were like, here's the aux code to the nation, play whatever you want. And I was like, okay. I don't know if you're going to regret this, but I'm going to do it.
Hell yes.
So, that's something you do again? Oh, absolutely. Anytime. How? Anytime.
Well, look forward to you taking over every show here on Triple J.
You are playing some hip-hop tonight on the show, though. What do you got?
Oh, I don't remember what I told you I was going to say, so I didn't say it.
You got this one.
This big shit dancer. She gon' pop it on camera.
I love this one.
Yeah,
Ebony.
it's hard. Thank you.
Joey Perp. Damn. So you get hip play on that one. What else?
Real soon. I got a throwback. Praise house party, you know, gotta have some nostalgia.
That praise you like I should. I used to always try and hold that note, like the entirety of it until it finished in the song.
Was it on SingStar? I could be making that up, but it would have been a good one to have on SingStar.
Would have been a good one. I don't know if anyone's ever managed to hold the entirety of the word should in Praise You.
Let's get it trending, the Praise You challenge.
Yeah, it's like the longest giveaway ever, but actually, for real. 0439757555 is where you can get in touch with Ebony. She'll be on your radio in just 10 minutes' time.
See you then, Ebony.
See ya.
Bye. This is Client Liaison. It'll get you warming up those muscles. Roll that neck around. The real thing.
Take a look in the mirror. Who do you see? Is it a superstar? Unlike the gift you've been given, you find it within. Go out and make your mark. But when they cut you down,